Judicial Watch Director of Investigations Chris Farrell tells One American News that a wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of J6 victim Ashli Babbitt's family has reached a major milestone. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
The $30 million wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of the estate of J6 shooting victim Ashli Babbitt and government watchdog Judicial Watch has now reached a milestone with an order from a U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia that the lawsuit should move forward. Federal Judge Anna Reyes has issued an order for the Department of Justice to answer 4 of the 7 charges within 30 days. A 35-year-old Trump supporter and decorated Air Force veteran, Ashli Babbitt was the only fatality on J6, having been shot by U.S. Capitol Police Officer Michael Byrd near the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives. And with us now is Judicial Watch Director of Investigations, Chris Farrell. And, sir, put this into perspective for us a little bit. Why is this a significant milestone in your lawsuit?
Well, of course, the biggest thing, the position of the government is they don't want this lawsuit to ever see the light of day. They want to knock it out immediately, and they lost. We won. The judge ordered the government to respond to the claims that we've brought on behalf of Aaron Babbitt, that's Ashli's widower husband, and the estate of Ashli Babbitt, and say, look, you've got to answer for the wrongful death of this woman. And so in my view, that's a big victory. The government wanted to just sweep it away and pretend it had never even existed. They can't do that. Our lawsuit has a green light. It will go forward. And, of course, the government is only interested in doing anything in its own backyard. They've got a very sympathetic, some would say highly prejudiced court bench in D.C. There's a lot of judges who've made some pretty wacky rulings in D.C., really vindictively and viciously going after January 6 protesters. It's home cooking, right? It's the Department of Justice operating in its own backyard. And so they asked for the case to be transferred from San Diego up to D.C., so they have home court advantage. And that's what was done. The case was transferred. We are now in the middle of a request to get it sent back to where the Babbitts are from, not some Washington, D.C. hothouse environment where they get to ask and answer their own questions, but in front of a regular jury of Californians from San Diego who will hear the case and understand why Lieutenant Byrd, without any justification whatsoever, shot Ashli Babbitt dead.
Going to your first point, Chris, it sounds like perhaps part of the Department of Justice, part of their hope was in maybe changing the venue, was to make it so that this case does not move forward. Maybe they were hoping to get a somewhat sympathetic judge in Judge Reyes. Right. I don't know, but that might have been part of the plan. Why do they want to stop this lawsuit, this wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of the estate of Ashli Babbitt that you guys are bringing? Why do they want to stop this dead in its tracks?
Because it destroys accountability. If they win, if the government gets what it wants, if Garland and his minions in the Department of Justice get to carry forward this phony, fake narrative about what happened on January 6th, if they let Byrd, the killer, if they let him get away with killing somebody innocently, an innocent person, doing nothing, posing zero threat, if they let a government operative like Byrd, who has a reckless, horrible record concerning... Right. Yeah, and he's done things like left his weapon in a public men's room. He has a horrible track record with respect to use of his firearm. He can't qualify with a weapon. He can't even go to the range and shoot the target. This is a guy who unlawfully took Ashli's life. They want him to get away with it. They want the narrative to remain that, all Trump people are criminals and you can kill them without any consequence. That's what they want the narrative to be, and we're going to fight like hell against that.
Director of Investigations at Judicial Watch. Sir, thank you very much for talking to us on One American News.
Thank you.